thousands of new prospects. Don't put off romance for another minute. Text CHAT.
Hey, assholes, it's Joel McHale from The Soup on E! Right now you're listening to Stryker and Dr. Drew on Loveline. If you get bored, just tune into The Soup. Thanks!
All right, we are back. You know our guest tonight probably from The Legend of Tarzan in 2001.
Wow.
What? That was a cartoon I had a voice for. Look at me. Was I in The Legend of Tarzan? What was I, Jane? It was a cartoon. Are you looking at my IMDb
I did the most obscure thing possible on there.
Yeah, Legend of Tarzan. That was a high point for me.
I thought you were the Tarzan man in that thing.
Well, maybe I was. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a cartoon voiceover.
Oh, it was a voiceover.
Yeah.
You did American Dad also, though, right?
Yeah, I do that from time to time. I do bits for Seth MacFarlane.
Isn't he the greatest?
He's a lot of fun.
Oh, my God.
He's a lot of fun. I like doing those shows over there.
I ejaculated on Seth MacFarlane.
That's how excited Stryker was.
I never did. Never did. Not yet.
Yeah, he's a good dude, right?
Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
Yeah, I just did an American Dad voice. I think it's going to be on next Sunday.
Nice.
Yes, next Sunday it's going to be on. Yeah, it's going to be good.
That's very impressive. Well, congratulations.
I don't know what that means.
No, it's good.
No, it's good.
Yes, it is. Don't talk yourself down. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. It's Craig Ferguson, by the way, Monday through Friday. He's on TV at 12:30 after Letterman. He's been doing it since '05. And he's on the Drew Carey show, and he put out a novel. Didn't you write it? You wrote a book, right?
I wrote a novel. I wrote a great big book with no pictures in it or anything.
And you've written screenplays, and you've directed.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm what is called in professional circles a dilettante. You know what a dilettante is?
No, you're not a dilettante.
Jack of all trades.
A jack of all trades, master of none. That's a dilettante.
It is, really.
That's not so direct.
Yeah, they do in Hollywood. Trust me. I think that, you know why I dropped out of high school when I was 16 because I had stuff to do. And I ended up, it's a very kind of circuitous, show business is very forgiving of that kind of life. So that's why I ended up, doing what I do. But really, I do read. It's not a crime.
And you write too.
I do. I read and I write.
What's the name of the novel?
The novel is called Between the Bridge and the River.
Oh, yeah.
And it was it came from a discussion I had with a Jesuit priest who said, the discussion was, do all suicides go to hell?
Yeah.
And he said, well, technically, I suppose, yes, with suicide being a mortal sin. He said, but if a man, for example, were to jump off of a bridge and genuinely repent his action before he hit the river, then he would enter the kingdom of the Lord. And I thought, I like that. That to me, that means there's always another shot on the table. I like that.
Technicality.
So there are loopholes even in the strictest of environments. And from that, I came to the idea of writing this book. And the book's not about that at all, but that's how it was born.
I think how long ago did it come out?
2 years.
Yeah, I think I heard you talking about it a couple times.
2 years ago.
And how many weeks a year do you do your show?
A lot. We are like 42.
42 weeks a year. So there's basically about 10 weeks off a year.
Yeah.
Now, during that time, are you writing and want to direct and act in movies, or do you just sit at home and have fun with your kid?
No, I don't. The only thing I do now, I play with my son, and I'm learning to fly an airplane.
Wow.
You're learning really?
Yeah, that's what I have. This terrible pathological fear of flying.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had it for years and years and years. So what I've done is I've started learning to fly, and I have found, to my surprise, that I am fascinated by it. Completely fascinated by it. Addicted to it.
And what is it like flying a plane to a man that's never flown a plane?
It's one of these few things that's like nothing else. You flying a plane is like flying a plane, and it's like nothing else.
Is it easy?
It shouldn't be right away. I think it's easy for the guys that have been doing it for a while.
Right.
But for me, it's not easy. Not yet. There are parts of it that I'm finding easier now. But it's not easy. And I can fly a plane, but I can't land a plane.
I can't
land a plane. I need to be in a plane with a guy who can land the plane.
Is there anybody on this plane that can land it?
Well, usually it's a two-seater Cessna, and you kind of know there's a guy in the plane that can land it because, you've talked to him before, and he's your instructor. So, no, I love it. And I thought it would be a hugely expensive thing to do. It's actually not that expensive. You can go to an airport and do it.
Are you going to buy a plane?
Those sort of Cessna's original ideas. So everyone's got their own plane. You know, flying around.
I love it, man. I just love it. It's freaky, and it really isn't like nothing else.
You ever talk to that guy from Greece about it?
What guy from Greece?
John Travolta?
John Travolta and I do not have an ongoing dialogue about anything, strangely
Nothing? No, you guys don't talk on the phone about roadhogs or anything?
Not at the moment. Maybe he'll call tonight. I don't know. John, if you're listening, call in.
1-800-LOVE-191 is the number here to Loveline.
Give Craig a couple of twin-engine jet lessons. There's trouble landing, but
that'll be all right.
All right, let's go to Christy. What's up? You're 27 on Loveline.
I had a question because a lot of events had happened when I was pregnant, and I got put on antidepressant pills, Prozac, 40 milligrams.
A lot of events? What does that mean?
Like, for example, my son was diagnosed with autism. Then 2 weeks later, my mom had a major stroke.
Oh, my. Okay. All right, got it. Lots of stress. Okay.
Then I found out I was pregnant, and my dog died. And, I mean, I can go on forever.
They put you on Prozac when you came after the pregnancy?
No, they put me on Prozac during, because I couldn't even manage anything. I kept having anxiety attacks, and it was just really out of control, crying emotionally and all that.
Okay.
And so after I had my son, I just came off the Prozac on my own. I weaned off. I didn't wean off. I just quit cold turkey because I started feeling like unreal. I couldn't concentrate. I felt like a zombie. Okay. And I kind of feel better, but my concern is if I'm going to, like, snap like those moms that hurt their children or, you know, if there's a potential for me to turning into...
Do you have any thoughts like that?
I haven't had thoughts of them, but I'm just scared that can happen.
Were you, was there violence in your home when you were growing up?
Not necessarily violence, abusive. I mean, my dad, I would get the belt, like, the old-fashioned way.
That's abuse. That's violence. And so already you're kind of a setup to do that kind of behavior. The boundaries to those behaviors aren't necessarily as rigid as you might want them to be. And you add to that a depression, and I don't know, Christy, I don't know you, I can't really tell you for sure, but you'd want to get that kind of thing evaluated. The fact that you were given antidepressant during a pregnancy really suggests that things were not good. You were in bad shape, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's a risk. They wouldn't take that risk normally. It's a pretty heavy risk.
Hey, Christy, can I ask you a question? What age is your son?
He's 3.
He's
and
3.
My baby is 1.
Your baby is 1? So you have 2 kids?
Yes, my 3-year-old is the autistic one, and my 1-year-old.
Are you raising them yourself? You getting any help?
Oh, I'm married. My husband's wonderful, but you know, it's a lot of weight with child with autism because it's like constant therapies and running around, and now I have another one to drag with me, and sometimes they don't cooperate.
You know what I remember from when my son was born was, was that the sleep deprivation was horrifying. No one had prepared me for that. The fact that just dealing with a baby in the house. Not getting any sleep just made me. I felt crazy. Now I'm not saying that's your problem.
I have triplets.
Yeah, well, then you know
it was crazy.
Insane.
No, come on, Anderson, you have kids. No, you don't understand.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Non-parents do not appreciate what that is.
Yeah,
it's like nothing else.
Yeah,
my hair turned gray that 1 year.
Sure.
Drew, I like your hair color, by the way.
Thank you. You thought it was blonde until about 3 months ago.
Yeah, when you told me it was gray, I'm like, I thought you had blonde hair. All right, are we done with Christy? Because we got to go to a break. We're running
Christy,
really late.
Please get evaluated. That's the bottom line here. Just to make sure, whether it's for sleep help or whatever, just to make sure that you don't end up like somebody like that. It's nice that you're thinking that way. That's all.
The man is a master of the trades. He is a jack of. What? Craig Ferguson is He is on Loveline tonight, hanging out with Dr. Drew and me. We're going to be back in just a minute on Loveline.
Call Loveline. 800-LOVE-191. Loveline will be right back.
Nice. We're on the air. Shark, you be all right?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Choking. Plus, that was funny. Threw his back out.
Yeah, I do. Well, absolutely.
You ever hurt yourself doing that? You literally hurt your back.